The Snowman. So The Snowman is a movie based on a book that people love, I guess? Which is fine, because apparently a lot of crappy movies are based off books that people like. Michael Fassbender plays a detective named Harry Hole, whose life through elementary school and high school must have sucked. Probably the police academy also, because he is named Harry Hole. How many reviewers are going to talk shit about his name? Probably all of them. How many reviewers are going to talk shit about the movie? Probably all of them. So the gist of the movie is there's someone who's killing people and leaving a snowman. Now he has to find him. At least that's what the trailer told you it was about. In the end, this movie is a shoddy ass, messy ass fucking wreck. Right from the beginning, this setup, I was like, all right, the editing is terrible. Tonally speaking, it's off. The editing's terrible. Hopefully it picks up. And about a half an hour into the movie, I checked my watch so I could actually look you in the eye and be like, yep, half an hour into this movie, I still know nothing about Michael Fassbender's character, and I know nothing about the precinct in which he operates in, which is a problem because this is supposed to be a manhunt movie that's going to revolve around Michael Fassbender and the precinct in which he operates in. It's like every transgression a manhunt movie could commit, this movie commits. Michael Fassbender plays someone who's drunk and asleep half the movie, which is funny because I think Michael Fassbender, the actor, is also asleep for the majority of the movie. He has no charisma, and I don't mean charisma as in I need him to be Han Solo charming all the chicks. I'm saying if this was the first Michael Fassbender movie I had ever seen him in, I'd be like, that guy's going away very soon. Who picked him to lead a movie? This movie wants to be 3 or 4 different things. It doesn't commit to one. It's not entirely Catch the Killer manhunt movie. It's just look at Michael Fassbender do shit, like his family life. It's also part J.K. Simmons doing sleazy shit himself. The movie's all over the place, and I'm sure it works in the book. I'm sure the book weaves it all together to be one concise plot. But when adapting a book to a movie, you need to know what to cut out. This movie did not know what to cut out. One of the many problems in here is that there is a disconnect between the audience and the plot, and the audience and Michael Fassbender's character, Harry Hole. Someone tells him in the movie like, oh, well, you're like a legend. We studied your cases back in the academy. And that's the only reference that this character is actually so good at what he does. The movie wants you to think he's so good at what he does, but he never shows it. And maybe they wanted him to be this drunk burnout who's super talented, like, I don't know, Greg House or something. An addict who's also really good at his job, so they kind of need him to stick around. It doesn't come across that way. The only thing that tells you this guy is that good is that lady who says, hey, you're that good. See, audience, he's that good. I mean, the killer's MO is he leaves a snowman at every crime scene. But for so long in the movie, you question whether or not Michael Fassbender's character actually has pieced together the fact that these snowmen that are left at the crime scenes are actually a serial killer thing happening. Until he sees one, he's like, oh, and he takes action. So you're like, all right, so you do know that. It does the thing where it gives the audience information, and then the movie assumes that because the audience knows, the audience then knows that the characters know. But just because the movie tells the audience something is not to say the characters know. We're two very different things here. But we never see the characters piece A, B, and C together. Then it does these flashbacks with Val Kilmer. It's like, oh, then that happened back in the day. And they're just so out of place and messy. There's actually one part where you're like, oh, that is kind of intriguing. And then the very next scene, the movie does a flashback for about 10.5 seconds and shows you what happened in that shack. You're like, all right, well, intrigue's gone. Now I know. Then Val Kilmer's in this movie, and I actually had to Google, like, was Val Kilmer sick? Which I guess Val Kilmer has had cancer. It's the internet chatter anyway of someone who doesn't have his ear to the ground to Val Kilmer's health. And even the scenes he's talking, his voice is dubbed, but the synchronization in his lips to the words is completely off. At which point, if he's sick and he got a job because he needed a job and the director or casting director was like, all right, we'll give you a job to help you out. I like the fact of people helping people. And again, this is me hypothesizing, but it's just when you watch the movie, it just comes across as like, why is he in it? It was a very weird thing. I hope Val Kilmer's all right though. Guys, in the end, this movie was a fucking wreck. It was slow. But for the first half of this movie, it bores the shit out of you. You're just literally like, pick up, do something. It tries to be 3 or 4 different things, doesn't land any of it. And then the next half of the movie is spent you chuckling at the movie plot and dialogue. The movie is full of awkward ass moments that didn't need to be in here. It's the scene where Fassbender is drunk, passed out on the ground, and this lady gets on him and just kind of grinds on him for a little bit and then gets off of him. If that scene was not in the movie, this movie would have lost a grind scene. Strange. Guys, this is the worst crime cop movie I have seen in years. And The Snowman is, in fact, dog shit. Hope I don't get sued by South Park. That's not Mr. Hanky. Alright guys, so The Snowman, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Or what's the worst crime drama manhunt movie that you've seen? Whatever it is, whatever you think, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.